Hello students, hello friends. So today's topic is atomic force microscope. Starting my topic with introduction. So atomic force microscope is basically the part of scanning probe microscope. Scanning probe microscope has two parts, atomic force microscope and scanning tunneling microscope. So what is the need of atomic force microscope? If there was a scanning tunneling microscope already. First of all, scanning probe microscope, it forms or scans the image of the surface by using a physical probe, which I will discuss in the next slide. What is actually the probe means. Now the scanning tunneling microscope, it scans only the material that are conducting but not the polymer or the non-conducting material. So in order to get rid of this drawback, atomic force microscope came into the market, which can scan the surface either conducting, non-conducting or any kind of polymer. So we can say that scanning tunneling microscope is the predecessor of the atomic force microscope. Now, scanning probe microscope was invented in 1986 by Benign, Coit and Gerber. Atomic force microscope, it is one of the most advanced tool for imaging, measuring and manipulating matter at a nanoscale. So, I would come to the next slide. Atomic force microscope has some properties or biggest applications that it can measure the surface properties like capacitance, phase, friction, adhesion, potential, anything. It can offer image resolution to atomic scales. Now this is the picture depicting the surface of the glass which measure the roughness of the glass at micro to nano scale. Now this is the components of atomic force microscope. With the help of this diagram, I will be discussing the whole components of the atomic force microscope as well as how the procedure carries on. So starting my topic with sample. Sample is a thing which is to be judged, whose topography is to be maintained, whose height is to be judged, everything. Now coming to the this is probe. Coming to the probe. Probe is basically the vent V-shaped. Basically the probe which is vent V-shaped in, or it can be of any other kind of shape, whose diameter is 10 to 20 nanometer, and it is attached to the black rod which is the cantilever. It senses the surface properties and causes cantilever to deflect accordingly. This whole atomic force microscope probe and the cantilever is microfabricated, which is made up of silicon nitride. Silicon nitride has a property that it has high strength, fracture toughness at high temperature. Now this is the laser diode. With the help of this laser diode, laser beam is sent to the cantilever tip, and this tip reflection angle of reflection changes as the cantilever deflection changes. And how this cantilever deflection changes? As the roughness of the sample changes. So one more point to be noted, that the tip of the probe and sample has to be kept constant. So in order to kept it constant, when due to the change in the roughness, if the cantilever deflected, the probe gets deflected, it is measured with the help of position sensitive photodetector, which measures the deflection or the cantilever. Now if there would be any change in the set point from actual signal, then it leads to the error, and this error is generally corrected by the feedback loop which controls Z sample position. Now There is one more important component, that is piezoelectric scanner, which is made up of special kind of material which changes its shape when a voltage is applied. So either in X direction, Y direction, or Z direction. So either the probe can be adjusted according to the roughness, or this piezoelectric scanner could be changed in X, Y, or Z direction. This whole thing is analyzed in the digital system and data analysis is to be displayed. So the zoom view of this cantilever, this is the probe and this is the laser beam, how the deflection is done. And these are the samples roughness. So quick summary of feedback. With an atomic force microscope, the system detects the cantilever motion during the scanning, either by monitoring the vertical deflection or the amplitude. And the user specifies the desired value, that is the set point, and if there is any change in the set point, it led to cause an error, and this error is scaled by the gain, and this signal is used to control the jet drive of the scanner by the feedback loop. So basically the set point is the desired value that is set up by the user earlier before starting scanning, and the difference between the actual position and desired position is the error signal, which is proportional to the magnitude as well as the gain. And this is the whole setup, how this works. This is probe, cantilever, again this is the sample. This is how the cantilever changes, goes to the photo position sensitive photo detector, how the error is detected, and how with the help of jet drive scanner this whole atomic force imaging is done. Now basically as the name suggests, atomic force microscope. So this microscope principle is based upon the atomic force. So atomic force means the force between the tip and the sample. So basically the atoms of the probe and the atoms of the sample interact with each other. It can be any kind of force like repulsive, attractive, or no force at all. So with the help of these changes in the force, we can note the data. So if the tip is very close contact with the surface, it would get repulsive kind of force. When it is a little bit further apart, then it gets attractive, and when there is very far, then there is no kind of deflection. This vertical line depicts the force, which kind, either repulsive, attractive, repulsive positive, attractive negative, and no kind of force basically tends to be 0. Now, and this is the horizontal line which depicts the probe distance from the sample, and it is based upon the principle of Hooke's law, which is basically the Spring's constant K, F is the force, and Z is the distance the lever is bent. Now the fifth point is that modes of operation. There are 3 kinds basically: contact, non-contact, and tapping mode. Contact mode means here not in contact, but the tip and the probe and the sample are very close to each other. Feedback loop maintains a constant deflection between the cantilever and the sample. Repulsive force constant ranges from, that is K, 0.01 to 1 nanometer, and resulting in force ranging from 2 micronanometer in ambient atmosphere, any kind of atmosphere. So advantage is that rough sample with extreme changes in vertical topography can sometimes be scanned very easily, and disadvantage that lateral forces can disrupt the features of the image. Non-contact mode means here the attractive kind of force would work. So the feedback loop mechanism gets activated, and here the main use of feedback loop is that the cantilever, probe, and the distance between the probe and the sample has to be kept constant, and is used to generate the data. Advantage: no force exerted on the sample surface, and disadvantage is that lower lateral resolution limited by the tip sample separation, means the resolution capacity of the lateral side gets lowered, slower scanning speed as compared to other two mode, and usually only works on hydrophobic sample. If the matter is thick, if the medium is thick, the tip becomes trapped in the and causes unstable feedback or scraping of the sample. Tapping mode, the most commonly used by lightly tapping on the surface with an oscillation probe tip, and the cantilever oscillate amplitude changes with sample surface topography. It eliminates all the disadvantage that are we get from contact or non-contact mode, and it is used to imaging larger areas. Advantage is that it can fix up all the advantage, and disadvantage is that slower scanning speed than other two than the contact mode. For each mode, one important point is to be noted: feedback mechanism is similar. Lastly, the conclusion for atomic force microscope. Its advantage is that easy sample proportion, 3D imaging, dynamic environment, accurate height information, living systems can be studied, surface roughness detection, works in vacuum, air, liquid. Disadvantage is that there is a limited vertical range, limited magnification range, data is not independent of the tip, and the tip or sample can be damaged, especially in case of contact mode, and if the medium is thick. In case of non-contact mode, this sample can be scrapped and limiting scanning speed. As my field is biotechnology, so in the past decades, atomic force has emerged a powerful tool to obtain a nanostructural details following the properties of biological samples, including biomolecule cells. It can measure the changes in mechanical property of the cell membrane, cell stiffness, and viscoelasticity. It can demonstrate the structures of the DNA, which can lead to the more effective gene delivery vehicles, and it is used to extract mRNA without cell lysis. Thanks for watching. If you like my teaching, if you like my matter, then please hit the subscribe button. Thank you.